Mina, your host again, Marion Precious George, and I get inside the studio this morning where two gentlemen will go join me for discuss the issues we had to make mention of. Now, this I will make welcome Melvin Tijan Mansere, a journalist and social commentator, and also Reginald Brian Ojukutu Soya. Good morning, gentlemen.
Really thank you, Marion. Family, I could share compliments of the season.
Okay, it don't look taste small way you come inside the second segment, Melvin.
Oh yeah, but that is the decision of production.
Yeah. I know, right? Welcome back.
It's always good to be on the Epic Good Morning Show.
Okay, Reginald, good morning.
Thank you very much, Marion. Good morning, and good morning to listeners and viewers, particularly when you watch you on Facebook. It's a pleasure always.
I know, right? Away from that, quickly, make we take with first story in the show outside the Transnational Organized Crime Unit, TOCU, together with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency and the Office of National Security, destroy illegal drugs worth over $1 million United States dollars at the TOCU headquarters few days ago, and according to Ibrahim Kabo, the director of operation, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, he say then drugs here where they incarcerate, he say what's this amount of money, it include kush, tramadol, cannabis, cocaine, and several other drugs them we then say then destroy as them usual, where they can do with them, and get hold of some of those drugs them where people don't they come with inside the country. Of course, few months ago before now, we see another activity where the security sector then come together and destroy another huge amount of substance them now the same place now TOCU headquarters usai them may call on the media for witness the particular event usai various media institutions they report waiting then see actually in terms of destroying then drugs here, but several concerns be raised at that particular moment. Of course, Epic Radio was there, we get two representatives there, but the concern where a lot of people raise after that destruction then that some of those drugs then get high chemical and the side way then destroy them, of course affect a lot of people as then they expect it for affect people. We talk about cocaine, bone cocaine, and people inhale the air and all of these things, and they expect some kind of impact where it go cause, especially in a residential area. But some of those things we raise question as to how they can do the drugs them before then dispose them or burn them. That way, the way they affect people them way after they inhale them. This is not a question what they don't raise, but more look at this particular destruction of the drugs here. We worth this amount of money, Melvin, at this particular time, and this is not the first time. It seems as if the security sector don't they get hold of several drugs them, including tramadol, cocaine, and kush.
Thank you very much. I think this is not a welcoming news, though it's not surprising and it's not new. But this, I think, for wrap up the year 2025, this can be sending an optical message that, yes, there have been doubters and unbelieving Thomases where they say, well, in fact, some of the drugs they way then they seize and confiscate, many of them back, allegedly they make them way in the market. This is just an allegation. So for refutes that, I think then come public with the disposal for ensure public trust in the process, which I think is good for open governance and transparency and accountability. However, the environmental concerns will always be there because these are serious issues when it comes to pollution and these are serious concerns, definitely. But again, there are more technical issues there if you go through. Yes, this can be a goodwill message coming from the government that it's having a zero tolerance policy on drug and drug traffickers. However, what we've not seen as a goodwill in 2025 from the government is the government putting to final rest the issue of just hijackers.
Okay.
We cannot be having a global ban on drugs in our shores, and yet still we are using these actions to ensure public trust. There will be more public trust in these law enforcement agencies when people like Joss and others are nabbed and get rid of in the country. Okay. Another also, the way the report talk about, you say they have over 100 accused persons charged to court. This is also laudable looking at the rate of charges to court. But can we say same when it comes to the rate of conviction? Of course, we know say there are a lot of ongoing trials, but apparently we know say recently the Chief Justice and other players in the judiciary being rolled out what they call a fast track court.
Yeah.
How fast is the expedition of these cases is a question we need for ask, because we know of certain cases where some people are on trial for donkey years, for donkey months, to be specific. Yeah. A case study is that of the case of a lady called Betsy. I don't follow that case for some time, and it seems as if the case is not moving. And if government want to send a deterrent message, it's instead justice that is delayed is justice that is denied. So I think expedition therefore go a long way with this one, because at the end of the day, if the trials then they take long, and still we have cases in the courts that are ongoing, the question go beg, if these cases are still on trial, we should ask ourselves how many of them have been convicted, how many on trial, how many of them were discharged, and have a database on that. But yes.
In as much as the judiciary want for get a speedy trial regarding the cases, yeah. So you don't think say some of the cases perhaps get the substantial evidences within the look for we can make them delay, because a few months ago we see them put out a notice, or a few weeks ago they put out a notice to say they inform the public about the cases where they don't deal with over 20, and they make mention of the cases where they before them with drug related, and some of the strides where they don't make as way for ensure speedy trial.
If you don't get evidence, but interestingly you destroy evidence, that cannot hold water, because already the drug that brings the interesting question. Whose time, within what time frame then they will get them be arrested, because this is the fourth. Now inside 3 months, 1 month, I collect this. And to say to give numbers is important, but back on the judiciary, remember say there is a standard a practice order that was given by the Chief Justice, all in a bid, in my estimation, for expedited trials. So if we have a fast track court, we have a practice procedure that is rolled out with some questions around its legitimacy from Chadi and Lawyer Society and others. All of that boils to the fact that yes, government is determined, but is it taking the right and adequate action to serve as punitive or deterrent to deter other people? I think we can do more in 2028 on that. And of course also the president at one point talked about reviewing the 2008 National Drug Control Act. We'll look forward to what will come out of that, but by and large I think this should give some respite, but it's not enough, because I know when they see ACC investigate somebody in this country, say for drug related matters, somebody goes, well, not to ACC, they woke that. But ACC, if you go back some years, then first tell we say the drug trade is dubbed the underground economy. And it's tied to people with unexplained wealth and all that. We've not seen the ACC go after anybody on that. So I think the judiciary and other arms of government, they play them parts. But yes, there is a need for more stringent action way for start with the big fishes. Because there is this also perception that now the small fish then they suffer, the big fish then they flex around and they flaunt their wealth also on social media. So if we can be able to nip this in the bud from people who feel say politically or financially exposed, then it will send a much more stronger message than what is being sent now. And again, I think if we are saying the estimate of the drugs that has been destroyed now $1 million, $1 million, then the question we can have in mind first while they go through now that what is the estimation or the estimate projection of the drug trade in Sierra Leone? We need to know that. I mean, United Nations Office of Drug and Crime, then get them statistics and then benchmarks that they use. So I think the president attempts to give a figure, say the trade na big trade in one of his statement that he will make abroad, say you get big business, a big multi-million, he call it a multi-million-dollar trade, which is absolutely true across the world. But what's the worth of the drug trade in Sierra Leone? Because if the drug trade is worth more than the budget estimate of all the law enforcement agencies, that in itself casts a dark cloud over the enforcement of one of the pillars, which is prosecution. So we must also have data around this fight. It's good that the police and the judiciary are coming up with data. It shows that the government is serious, but I think we can do more in doing empirical or evidence-based surveys around the worth of drug and its impact on the economy. Because the danger there is, if the underground economy is bigger than the formal economy, it means the underground can topple the formal economy socially, politically, and otherwise, and then will be called either a failed state or a pariah state, and we don't want to reach at that position like what we've seen at 80. So yes, the government, they take some actions, but I think they should also be evidence-based. Let me not overblow the situation or underblow or have a situation where people can say in our opposition on our AI generated content than that. So we need to be evidence based.
Regina, what do you think about this?
Thank you very much. I think say this show progress, of course, and it also should say the various bodies, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, TOKU, and the Office of the National Security. I mean, don't they do them beat for ensure say them pull drug come out na saloon. And this is also the fourth destruction for this year 2025 and all. I think Melvin is a very salient point for me. Unfortunately, we not being able to get the opportunity for like ask question as to how they use for value the total drugs that have been there, because when you say it's $1 million, it's a very huge amount of money. And here we know say in the entire globe, drug now a very expensive trade or an industry, yeah. But at which estimation maybe before I arrive at that figure, maybe that will be a case for another day, and all. But I think, say, Marion, going forward, it shows that the fact that we don't get large volume of them drugs anyway they come in tells you that indeed we get more for do, particularly when we go into 2026. It tells you that as well we're not totally able to pull drug free, because if we don't do 4 destruction in just 1 year, now a very big concern, and it's not so just small consignment. 1 million worth of drug, now a huge amount, and all. And this just happened like less than 2 months after the do the last destruction we'll make mention of. So all of those things being put together, it tells you that SOCO, ONS, and the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, they get more for do as to the approach 20. The last time we've been seeing the new measures that the president's been going to announce. Yes, new measures then for combat drugs and all. Now, since the president will make that announcement, we done this, particularly in terms of the judiciary, they don't play their own beats. But what about the other side? You see side we then talk about stiff punishment, other things the way the president I think about 8 or so resolutions where the president be announced. So I think they really need to be they need for brace up, because this is not something we will just require money like we government and Ministry of Health say MPOX don't do. No.
So is the government sincere enough in fighting the issue of drugs? Melvin make mention of the issue of just like decades where a lot of people do wait and see up till now, waiting see how long government go say regarding the issue. And up till now, there is no headway, and we are now fighting drugs in the country. Talking about somebody when a drug baron way then be alleged they inside Sierra Leone, and up till now the country not able to provide them to in country we be defend them.
That is sad. Up till now, like you say, we're able to make and we don't begin for already face the consequences. If you look at some of the recent ban, in fact, from the US government, even though directly, but this will be some of the reasons as well. And also this don't give you the bad image now the international stage on the global. So I think say some of those things that will happen, Marion, you'd expect government to take stringent measures, and not even though government we don't come in one time and say no, we not get just like that. The post will be getting now Umar Sheriff as well, and even Umar Sheriff was not being able to produce to the general public as for we able to say, okay, this is the Umar Sheriff and not just like that, and all. And we all know that the last time there was someone from the Dutch government, I think President Bio will meet in Angola where President Bio attend one summit, and he will also make formal request to President Bio if at all then gets just like that for make them go hand them over to them, and all. This is an individual we all know say they don't charge for various crimes that we don't commit way back in the Netherlands and all, and the international community they look for them. So if all of those people and they be linked with country image, with identity, then it tells you that we are not safe, and it's a worrisome put and situation hold on fair yourself so. And if government not stand for clean image, trust me, 2026 is just going to get worse rather than get better.
Okay, but we'll move away from that topic then and look at another one outside the Chief Minister, Dr. David Moinasenge, no hailed 2025 as a year of progress. Well, the Chief Minister said this through some sort of article where he issued out where he called the Chief's Diary, Usai and make mention of several things. And according to the article, Start for Praise President's Bio, you know, it talk about so many tangible impacts, and where you say, you know, the governments don't make. It talk about the economy, where you say be tough at times, you say, but yet still, you say, President Bio increased the minimum wage by 50% and reduced the price of rice by 30%. And make mention again, say the foreign reserve, it said did below 2 months, it say import cover and debt payment to GDP be high, but still forex it said be more stable, inflation to the lowest in 20 years, and commodities abundant, according to the Chief Minister. I make mention again, say healthcare challenges like mpox emerge, but yet still then further reduce maternal and infant mortality. It said they also talk about public threats to public safety and border infrastructure infraction. But he said the president of the UN Security Council, where the President Bio, he say, you know, talk about a lot of things and introduce a peace board for Gaza. And make mention again, say the ECOWAS sub-region saw disruption in constitutional order, but yet still, as chairman of ECOWAS authority, he say President Bio intervened for stop another on Benin. And also, it make mention of several things. Then, but make I take the last one. Also, I say, talk about the resurgence of drugs in the streets. You say we on young people. You say, but still, you say over 600 of the young people here have been rehabilitated. They say they don't set new laws them within place now for border interception and several other things. Them the Chief Minister make mention of where they review the work where he said the governments do inside 2025, and also make mention, say, 2026 now a year where perhaps the governments will do better. Melvin, what do you think about the Chief Minister analysis?
Oh, I want to tell him plenty, thank you, because he gave you like a snapshot overview of what he thinks government has delivered, which I think, for once, David Senga should be commended for his openness towards communicating around governments and government policies and actions. So for me, on my notes, it's a flash review of the partial governance or modest state of the nation address on which things you think government don't deliver. This actually should be coming from the president in his New Year's Day speech, but I think he's giving us a prelude as to waiting for the expecting of the president in speech. However, I want to say in appraisal, not comprehensive at all, and of course for the fact that it's not all encompassing when it comes to institutions, perhaps with the underarm or generally under government. But they expect data quantification on the waiting promise where the government make
and waiting they will achieve.
And waiting they will achieve for the year under review 2025. But that was skewed in my estimation, and that is deliberately because the Chief Minister want to set the agenda, which I think he has successfully done for the fact that we are discussing the issue here. But however, on the crux of the matter, I think I got few points then for refute, and I will refute the Chief Minister based on a simple barometer when international best practice or international benchmarking, wherein I will use just international reports for reflecting of the positions them where it pinpoints. It say 2025 don't be a phenomenal year, and I ask myself, phenomenal positively or negatively? And I think he attempts for explain from your end some of the things where he say the government don't do. They talk about. I ask myself, what are the actual tangibles? For example, when it talks about rehabilitating 600, that is empirical. But you ask yourself, the number of rehabilitated versus the number of debilitated, where is the data? Because if you say you don't rehabilitate 600 plus kush man them or kush victims, we for ask yourself, what are the status of the problem at the moment? Okay. If we not get the wholesome picture, we know we just can't deduce data along the line. So that again, it was a nice try. On the economy, you don't need to be a rocket scientist. It was for 2025, I think, that in the 2026 MCC scorecard, the country performed one of the worst performance on economic freedom. We failed 8 out of 10 indicators. So if you're talking about the economy here, the chief minister also for no say now West Africa, Salon and Nigeria get the highest inflation still, according to our World Bank and IMF. And in fact, they are worried that debt and budget deficits now Salon will be a problem despite the promising signs and efforts we government don't take. So
are they really worried about the inflation, especially for the fact that most time, government ministers can boast that we don't make, strides when it comes to the inflation?
That's what World Bank and IMF is saying, not just the government is saying that. That's what World Bank and recent reviews are saying, that yes, the government made significant strides in reducing to single digit inflation, because it was very high. You cannot take it away. It's high. It was high. Yeah. But is it still not high? It's still high according to West Africa standards, because now we and Nigeria are more between, I think, in West Africa in terms of inflation. So I think we can do better on that. Again, talk about the minimum wage bill has been increased. I ask, outside this increase now, what not? Because by right, as per the labor laws, the minister is supposed to have tabled that in parliament.
It has really not been actualized. The minister make mention of him, and they say it will happen next year, April. So myself, I wonder where I see I'm under this. It's like they already do actualize and they work on it inside 2025. It's kind of confusing.
2026 April, not even the start of the fiscal year. Waiting that they expose, you don't need for be a rocket scientist for no say. It was actually not in the plan of the government for the start of the 2026. And again, what in government not tell we now that they are still in negotiation with private sector on the numerous taxations where the private sector don't argue say, well, we cannot pay 1,200,000 or 1,200, and yet still you are having this burden tax on us. Government now said no. I guess that's it. Then
and that therefore take a long time.
They never negotiate, and I'm sure technically the business then look at the first quarter of 2026. If it's not favorable for them, it's either way that some business fold up or some business reduce, cut down on the redundant on the employment. So when the chief minister give a skew view on minimum wage has been increased, well, it is still being increased, and we don't know what are going to be the intricacies of that, because there is no legislation at the moment before parliament on that, and just like the last time, the government is still violating the very laws that it has created. Like I said, taxation on private sector very high. It's a 30% reduction on rice. It's welcoming, but so ironical. Man, it go thief rest na law.
We will come to that particular topic. It depends on the topic.
And it's so ironical. Sierra Leone is still among the hungriest nations. I checked last night, and Sierra Leone is among the hungriest nations. Food insecure nations 2025 global index. Sierra Leone ranks 108 out of 123 countries, with a serious hunger level indicated by a score of 28.5, showing persistent food insecurity. So what is the chief minister saying? It comes from an international benchmarking orientation. So it should be understanding when these international bodies like FAO, like World Food Program are saying that we are seriously food insecure, but yet still rest price go down. I don't know who's scientist or who's mathematician or who that can explain that in terms of reconciliation of the fact. So it's talked about foreign reserve and debt, serious issue, and yes, inflation is still rife on mpox. That is absolutely the truth. However, sadly, when the chief minister talk about infant and maternal mortality, a shock, because the 2025 estimates. Based on World Population Review data and even the CIA World Fact Book, the highest rates per 1,000 baht, Sierra Leone we are ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After Afghanistan, Somalia, Central African Republic, Equatorial Guinea, Sierra Leone is ranked 71.2. So we still have high infant and maternal mortality rates. Yes, government has made significant progress in reducing the number, but that is in terms of international benchmarking very high and very, very high, and there is need for more efforts on that. Marion, this is quite interesting when the chief minister talk about geopolitics, United Nations Security Council, which is absolutely true. There is this board of peace for Gaza, but Israel must still respect the ceasefire. And I wonder, as President Leone been the chairperson, waiting and do where a whole ceasefire agreement is being violated by Israel and also Hamas, according to he said, she said sources, and nothing has been done. So to have the peace board is one. Is Gaza peaceful? The answer is no. So can we say that is a success of President Madabio? I don't think so also.
But a progress, according to them?
It depends what you
call progress. In terms of dealing with the issue.
It depends what you call progress. There are still bombs flying. There are still attacks. There is still a siege going on. There is still a reduced number of aid trucks entering Gaza. So there is still attack coming from the United States on officials of the United Nations. So when the government or the chief minister touts them as a progress, again, I'm very skeptical.
Okay.
Again, the biggest thing now that the chief minister is going to whip on the issue of permanent seats. I don't know why. Because that is the champion campaign of Africa, President Bio, C10 and all that. I don't know why the chief minister now will tell you waiting at the progress on a permanent seat and non-permanent seat when it comes to that. Again, chief minister now will tell me about the status of the Russia-Ukraine war and how they feel as a nation that President Bio said that actually the war still the rage, but yet still the chief minister the bluff on the issue then they. Again, I call it a skewed narration by the chief minister for the fact that it talk about President Bio being the chairman of ECOWAS. I laugh.
Why? Why is that?
For two reasons. It gives you a false equation. Yes, it's true, a partially false equation. Let me be corrected. Yes, it's true, President Bio was very instrumental in restoring democracy in Benin. But he never talk about Guinea-Bissau.
Okay.
Way up in November. And President Bio is still, he never spoke about that. So I ask myself, why is that? And I even talk about the plans under President Bio in ECOWAS leadership or chairmanship for unite the alliance of Sahel states. We don't fragment from ECOWAS. They're not terrible about that. And these are the sub-regional issues. But above all, the thing make a laugh when the chief minister the tout the president in deliverables. Now the fact that I not talk nothing about Yanga. I don't know if Yanga not under ECOWAS issue again. I don't know if the panel forgets, the chief minister forget. On the war on drugs, like he said, I don't need to overemphasize, but the justice is still around here, so we can score more success when that man is extradited to somewhere outside of Sierra Leone.
Okay.
People will believe. The arts and culture, chief minister say more local international stars than non-can and salon, superstars than non-can visit and perform excellently in Aya. But I ask myself, almost for a local superstar they don't go abroad and go perform and do the same. So it begs the question, I go look the SLPP manifesto. Wait now be the SLPP them promise on arts and culture. They say they go for build art centers, they say they go for build places where people are going to go enjoy themselves, particularly young people there. And I the chief minister updates me on the progress on the definite promises to them we make that the manifesto. Lots to talk about, but I'll just hold on a point saying that yes, the chief minister make a distant attempt where he say few companies then fold up.
Yeah.
But not give
and you want to emerge.
And not give you that almost company lock 2025 and almost open. If we not get that data there, I'm tempted to say the new company that we open almost able employ like how could do all these employ over 800.
So yeah, you expect some of those things so you make mention of we know they part the chief minister in article for the inside President's Bureau in New Year's speech.
I hope so, but if the chief minister were more data centric, they keep the data there if you get there or he deliberately now and get there. I know we expect much from the president's speech because I expect that he should be supervising the speech ultimately.
Something like this, you believe that the chief minister for don't pay more attention and give people data and explain further on waiting it mean by some of the things that we state.
He should have just given us data.
Okay.
Like what you do for the rehabilitation of 600 plus. Give us data.
Of how many Cushman is still in a street and all of those.
Four companies folded up.
Okay.
5 companies were established. The 4 companies were folded up, employed 100. The 5 companies established, employed 200.
Okay.
Give us data, then we know you've delivered. But you just can't pick and pants up, no more that you say you don't deliver. I don't know. Again, the chief minister, I think this attempt where he do so, he shoot himself in the leg because this should be the performance contract report of ministries, departments, and agencies.
Okay.
So we ask him, where is the performance contract report for MDAs for 2025.
Okay.
Because if you know we give you and you can pick on top, what were some of the tangibles where the MDAs are set?
Okay.
Almost finally they achieve, almost they're not achieve. So I think it can do better, but now that they set the agenda, we can look into it deeply.
Okay, Reginald.
Thank you very much, Marion. I think the word with the Chief Minister used now is a 2025, a year of tangible progress. And when you look at the meaning of tangible, now something real, visible, touchable, or clearly evident. Yeah. So, and the minister not just say, if he just say 2025 now a year of progress, then fine. But the fact that he used another word there, he say tangible, then he begin for look at him. And I ask myself one question. Is it that now the chief minister for marking your own paper, or not for mark the own government in paper? Because if I mark my own paper, I don't sit back, it is obvious that I pass. I mean, just Mario knows, you know, sit exam, and then give the opportunity for mark yourself your own paper, and then you fail yourself for. So again, yes, that is just the clear part. Again, it tells you that the chief minister will only mention as them way feel like they score point. Now you go put out for make the public know. So some of the data they ask or statements where the chief minister it is not bad, yeah. But I think it should be coming from other set of people. Let it come from international community. Let it come from CSOs them. Let it come
president.
Let it come from the president and all. No, what I mean that people where they out there, where they observe, where they look at, they follow things that will happen from. I mean, governors will say, yes, this year tangible things then they go on. Just like how, for example, now we know the Burkina Faso, but we know that tangible progress is ongoing in Burkina Faso.
But something where President Biosef can do.
No, what I mean, I'm not denying you.
Okay.
Yes, if the president it's not buyer, the chief minister. I remember the other time, we mark ministries the way they perform and way they underperform. I don't know that data they not available yet, and the one the way the worst performing ministry and all that. Now one we can pull, but we not see our mate and all. But again, when you look at them, I think say a not comprehensive. That's the word I go use. Yes, because a lot of things anyway missing. We important, we capture, which shows at some point an attempt for be sincere with in statements, but again. I think say if you weigh all, you notice that there is a lot of things that we left out. We make if I for summarize every single thing where he say for me in write up now in chief minister diary and all, then you know that a lot of important things and the way he missed out. I mean, you cannot. I see the thing that way you cannot classify or quantify some of the things that we say and mean say they deliver. He said the development come just hours after. When you look at it, he said because you go 2 o'clock morning, you see people in the cell now lonely. He didn't say that they deliver.
See that, yeah.
Yes, he say he also put when he see over 200 students they be transition from secondary school, he know say that they deliver. We hotel and book December and also the tourism number at all-time high. He also they show say, I mean, these are things that you cannot used to quantify. Say, yeah, it's my commitment 2026. Okay, but before canceling commitment, the national development plan, Mario, where the chief minister make mention of, I mean, how many percent he go grade say now this we get from the national development plan for 2025. This now will score and all. But if you don't get number for that, then you just quantify few sets of things and also.
So even that self for come out from a particular ministry where they in charge of the national development plan and all of those things, and planning and economic Ministry of Planning and Economic Development as well. Perhaps the chief minister don't get hold of the performance contract, so he decide to choose 1 or 2 things out of them and put them out.
Yes, yes, exactly. I think so. Then document and they should be made public. But again, based on the last paragraph of his statement, these are things that you will just see and quantify. Say because of them they happen. Because you work on a net now lonely 2 o'clock morning. You meet how many almost you don't pass how many years people they sell different things, them items that are lonely on net. So does that mean that does that mean that it is progress? Does that mean that when I deliver like the chief minister say and all? So I think say a lot of things anyway not only be captured into this one. It's just comprehensive, and the fact that the chief minister say 2025 na year of tangible progress, Yes, some of we get we own opinion on that particular one, and we think say more need for be done where the chief minister not capture my.
Okay, away from that, we look at another story before peak calls. Usai, President Dr. Julius Maada Bio don't speak on serious security breach in a state lodge. Well, President Bio said this way, if they get, end of year dinner with presidential guard them. And of course, they make mention of several things, including an issue of theft, where they say happen at State Lodge. Make we just listen quickly a snippet of waiting President Biose and discuss the issue.
Works well with everybody in our team. Then they can start from the sweepers to the highest officer within our. Now, a team from the person where they cook, we don't get serious security breaches now. Before. We don't get somebody who can't see rest. We joke all the barriers they own and say on our head, including the fence, and go inside the kitchen, stop. Yes. With all of these numbers, that is a serious security breach. Some other countries are whether responsible for that in the other community side or is that the job. Because with all of these eyes, because you don't say it can. If you don't reach here, now when an ordinary thief man and a useless thief man gonna arrest you, you can't think. Because if he wants to go on the road, he go home. Yes, he don't enter the building. Which means some people are not doing their work. So at the same time, you will also get for sure now the things the woman have done doing wrong. Many times. So as officers, security people, we have to know all the easy avenues of approach and make sure say they are covered 24 hours, 365 days a year. Those places should be covered. If I will watch you and know say this day you make carelessness. And at that time I will take advantage of that.
Well, that's now President Dr. Julius Maada Bio, where he admonish, garden at the presidential dinner, end of year dinner, where he organized for presidential garden, where they make mention of several things, including security. Concern, as I say, somebody go to rest na State Lodge. May start with Melvin on this. May we spend few minutes discussing this particular issue and President Bio's statement.
Well, listen, I watch the video. I say, ask who's now would that be the address? And I don't get the full context now. That be thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you, lashing. End of year meeting. He was thanking them, but he was being very brutally honest with them, telling them. But one of the issues we think, where is spotlight, where I'm sure everybody done they put on their agenda, the aspect of how rest will go lost na the State Lodge kitchen. Mm. Imagine. So say the president, they really cool in own security, and say it's all defense they won't say I get. How the person can, and if you talk something with very much security implicating, say if the person is not because not so serious, useless and unserious thief man, if never be other kind thief man, if we're just going out of the room, that exposes the life of the president in the whole picture. Thief man got even not sign at the president in lodge, who say me and you will work yourself, for work over that and this is difficult. So the question I beg, President Bio shoot himself. Now the leg when he say if na other country the person go commit suicide or he don't left a job. So I ask myself, President, you know the president, what do you do? What actions we are taking? Who is responsible for the presidential lodge kitchen store? Then be investigator. Don't go ask about where somebody asked funny question. Myself, I think about it. I say, who's can rest you now? Cook rest or rest? This morning now who's can rest? If na cook rest, that means we'll look at Asama side. But if na rest, the assumption is na bad rest. And if na bad rest, na almost bad rest.
So Is this again something where President Biafra say on camera?
Well, I don't know if you know that whether they record them way that's the way they talk. So, but I'm sure for when the president they talk, they get some communication rules and protocol, and they allow press. So there are several implications. One, angry Boku. For them man they work the guide the president. Remember for go thief. Well, I know this is not the guard force though, but they should know. Yeah. Because it's their duty.
Yeah, because how the person go past.
Because go past it. For them man they work now President Lodge, the rest the lost day. Then in a message, clear message to President Bio say people are angry. But also it sends a demoralizing message about the presidential guard force. That they might not be doing their jobs
properly.
But it also sends a message that waiting the happy with the rest supply. But like that guard force or that thief man, me, Marion, me not so Jujumano, but thief man they come off out of any side, go thief na lodge.
Yes.
If na lie, let them go to the CCTV camera. Why I ask that question and say, well, since they don't get CCTV camera or since the lights not be there, who's like AC they on 24 hour na lodge? Who's like 24 hour with the city light? Let them go to the CCTV footage because at the end of the day,
yeah, easy for dictate.
This is not just about a missing rice with the president talk about. This is about
other thing
security implications on the life of the president and all that. So the presidential guard force and the armed forces and the forces in Sierra Leone, with all due respect, it should say themselves angry. So go ask, what about the rest supply? We get soldier man there, we get policeman there, we get correctional officers, we get fire force, there, we get police. They are entitled to rise supply. Where they rest?
Okay.
Because if them people and they get their rest,
they not go thief rest, eh?
No, well, I'm not saying they go thief rest. They not go ball like their wing till they go thief rest. They go thief and they rest. But no, that is unbelievable. So for me, I think this is a sad news for the security sector, and much more can be done. But definitely, this should be investigated. Who are they in charge of the presidential guard force? And if not, that contact President Biotoka, if we don't make at least not sack them, because anyway they get their families.
Okay.
But if we don't shake up them, change from the head, and try for revisit the old architecture around it, because at the end of the day, President Bio, the president of Sierra Leone.
Okay.
Something gets wrong with him, Sierra Leone becomes unstable, and nobody don't want that. So the life of the president should be seriously looked after, and for me this is a big slap on the face. Other than in charge of the lodge kitchen, the one that were responsible, bear the greatest responsibility. I think President Bio says himself the babysit thief man there, because then kind of thing they be now you kitchen. What now the action we take? If now you can't talk, why not now? Who stand this?
Who happen? Okay.
Why not now?
Yes,
so a very unfortunate. And this is not to say not to all we security in the week, but then presidential guard force they will be there on duty. That they will that thief they be.
Get questions for answer.
Let them go watch the camera.
Okay.
Pastor was saying back like Paulo in Keso, where the camera.
Not there. Anyways,
the camera not been there on.
Regina, quick one on this here.
We laugh on this issue, but it's very serious and all. And the when the president make the statement, yeah, people are the all. In fact, yes, they laugh as well. It's something that is very much serious, and I think say this is not the biggest highlight, in fact, for 2025 and all. It just happened like
another ice gates at
exactly. Then if imagine now the president, now the kitchen at State Lodge, we not all man. In fact, forget access also go na the parlor. The parent rest back. For you get access also go na the living room. Then you come out and you go na the kitchen. Then it means that you really now somebody will get access or go there, because how many barriers and they force or go under? You know how many president says talk and say all the barriers we una say una get. So it's the implication with this is now that the security sectors and one the man or they secure the presidency and I get a lot of work for do. Okay. And just like how the presidency that now with the thief man say not to serious thief man, because from if you don't go as far as Yanda, they're no more sure going at the president in room now. And all is very
It comes to classification of state security issues.
Exactly.
Should that matter not be classified? What if we don't talk and so now other person in a way not be even getting
take a chance?
So let's take a chance. Yeah. So the pine back, I think if advice is helpful.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. I think say there is a lot of things that we really need to do.
Absolutely.
So rather than in just making this statement, we expect at this particular point in time for take some action. And I not even think say them for strain for no deposit, because you'd expect the president, the state lodge will be fully monitored. from the premises first, before even you take the drive, all parts of that place they for the under full CCTV. Camera and all. So if that's there now, then if it was simple for them go to the control room and go get footage and take action against the individual. Okay. But if they're not able to get the information, it up till now with the struggle for no go take the rest, who's kind of rest loss or rest or this, then it's a problem.
Okay.
For like one day the power in briefcase not go lost like how Pakabai will be lost in France. And he won't go be sad if he briefcase or anything lost inside in your house. Okay. Pakabai be away na be hotel, but he rest lost in kitchen.
Okay, more pick calls now. We got first caller on the phone. Good morning.
Good morning, Marion, precious judge, concerned citizen, Greatland.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, joke of the year. Actually, Melvin and this president, this government, now yes, they no foresee. We want set trap for all team getting beat. We want set just be salon government yes. But it's so sad for make things like the one in the happen na President Lodge. But again, I should say the rest of the press where did they under Melvin? It's different from that 780,000 bag of the bio. I should say that just mean guys. 1 million, now 1 million to no more go don't be now. I should say 90 day under. And people will look for the XRSD, not only the security in the issue. President get for watch out for him cooks them. The person they cook for, he highly get for outside the okay. Then step that yes we go lost.
Thank you.
So they want the women the duty, the cooks. It's a collaboration something between the cooks and the security.
Thank you.
President get for deal with it all. I get me concern my own.
Yes.
Thanks plenty.
Yeah. 07999949993, the number for call and make a contribution inside the show. We get another caller on the phone. Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Paddy Leone.
Yes, go ahead.
Let Allah help we. We get people away greedy. That they show say the people away they greedy. And Islam say whenever they make them bring fasting, now for lay that gentleman know how people in the sofa. Islam gets a system where we say time they reach where all the gentlemen them for give jaka, for give charity. If all money man them, all man pull by money, then give. We know they have other people them. They say when person go thief, what happen if he person go thief? If a cut hand. But here, if they see the worker on the streets, if they see soldier man, if they see policeman, I told me Allah why they worship. So they hold water, if they drink. If they see policeman or soldier man, they can make help and give it that balance water. If they look at what happen?
Thank you for your contribution.
They're greedy. They blame them. They're greedy. They're greedy in next day.
07999949993. We take more calls inside the show, and we get another caller. Hello, good morning. Yes.
The sniper tool na play, although me not to that version me want to call. What do you want to call? Because listen the whole the briefing with the president, the statement with the president, the side way there is an issue. People anyway will demonstrate, but payment where they will pay them from the lodge where they not pay them, then send that thing to go na Facebook. President so bitter about that. When I even say I will investigate to see what other people are, people and then meeting me on office or me on residence will do certain things. Instead, it's showing anger apathy, like I always can do. You see, I've been don't tell them about people that will not for Kanaya. Oh, Mr. President, then at the people's house. It's not for even discriminate, either for good day, either for work day.
Okay.
It's for me priority to everybody.
Thank you. Will take a few more calls inside the show on 07999949993. Hello, your name, where you call from? Hello.
Hello, good morning, Auntie Marion. Good morning, Abigail from Leicester Road.
Yes, go ahead, Abigail.
Yeah, wait me they say these governments are arrest enough for us because after them do them picking the arrest them in send for that 49,000 bag. They not take no action. So if they do unto the president, now be a normal will get for beer, but the only thing the president very be careful for in life. Because when they don't begin go that side there, it's for
Hello.
Big.
Okay, Abigail, thank you so much. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning. Your name or side you call from?
Anempa Musa Adina Dwasak.
Yeah, go ahead, Pamusa.
Me what you are the try no more for say. This talk here, I feel say for don't left between the president and the security, the left as a executive level. But for like this talk here come on outside, then the party talk, then people and they laugh at the background. To me, it's shameful to God, really. This talk for don't left between them. And maybe actually Boku thank you for remind we back today and concerning anger. I don't know how anger stand by this hour here. And at the hour this way anger for don't come out because of who get the ECOWAS chairman and anger for don't come out under Guinea man then. And at the hour this. And the election way they do inside Guinea. I don't know if you then vote inside anger. Because that is what's in Guinea man then gets the
Okay.
number one for no sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Two more calls, 079-994-993. It is the second segment of the Epic Morning Show. Hello, your name or side you call from?
Good morning, Epic.
Yeah, good morning.
Lamin Salato.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So we talk about food security, and the president in host, they rest the lawsuit. If they're within the supply rest, or they're with the work the president in office, they're so hungry to the point that they go tip rest. How much more we not get access to their job the day or even access to workplace? So that they explain how the hungry tereme that this country. Thank you.
Okay, one more call, 079-994-993. Just one more, and we end the show this morning. We find last lucky caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Maria.
Yeah,
From Lodge.
Yes, go ahead.
However, this country is shameful. Unless presidential guard or whatever, the presidential law for good people, let them check from the kitchen also. The one way they're in charge of the kitchen and the president for the investigation, how they will know how the great man is come out. You're talking about the camera, but the kitchen of the camera, they are allowed to do that. But this is shameful.
Okay, thank you. We'll not be pick any more calls. Melvin, I saw you for wrapping up.
Yeah, I think so. I support. We continue to agree that if the president wants to take action, he can take action by sanctioning an investigation on that wrongdoing. But the fear that he say not to the first time there have been serious breaches. It means not to one.
Yeah.
It means there are other issues where perhaps. But I remember back to the not to up lodge angry lion day. Who's like angry lion also don't say you know man I shouldn't train up opposition but ordinary citizens. You know when you know say you got if angry lion don't fight active Monday I tell you some man they celebrate with the actual promoter because na risk but all then they don't get call about the vulnerable citizens food insecurity, of course. But again, let me know. I know it's too simplistic for those saying angry make the arrest the lawsuit because we don't know who's kind rest according to side.
If not,
almost bad.
If not the cook or the one or not bad.
Exactly, because what if now huge quantity rest when the person go sell out of criminality and make money out of it?
What if not that rest so they can give people in doing the festive season?
Who
that
knows?
bad
What if not the pie in farming rest? Because the pie don't tell you once and say let it eat white rest now in farming rest he eat. What if they say now in parboil rest where they don't out for? We don't know. We need a lot of information on that. Again, on the younger, whether they vote, I think it's not only for follow-up. I not get information on that. But indeed, I think we all agree say it's shameful. Yes, the president must be careful with the one that really around them because at this time, Sierra Leone cannot afford any state of instability. Any glitch or itch with security at this time, be it whatever, it gets a huge implication on the elections, on constitutional review, on so many unfinished businesses.
Okay.
So nobody not for wish for let we get a situation. But again, the bigger picture there is we start to talk about the president vex or people away protest for waiting they ask for. It begs the question: how recruitment will go on around whether they secure the president, whether they cook for the president, or whether they are around the president.
Okay.
This is quite important because the belief there is the partner in young people and they are around them. And if young people and they are around you, then they should be trusted. But if these kind of things they happen, I think say there is a need for the president. Again, so somebody talk about this and agreed. Well, Lion, your opinion on that. I agree with you. Religion talk about to forgive arms. Again, Leone, we don't discuss that religious issue, but we not discuss that. You say that they cut stiff man hand. We understand this. Unfortunately, we don't get time for that conversation.
Yeah.
I don't hear a lot of conversation from Christian and Muslims on what is religious hate and incitement and not. But let me establish this. I've always
just said, quickly in a few seconds.
When you call for cut person and for a thief, that is under Sharia law. And Sierra Leone not to an Islamic state, and Sierra Leone not to a Christian state even. Christian, Muslim, all man for no say Sierra Leone is a secular state where the constitution reigns supreme. Like I get right for go church, that person get right for go mosque. Now, okay. So that same person get right back if you want to go to Babalawo.
Okay.
It's secularism. I think say now India at threat now and for uphold them, because at the end of the day there is a difference between religious tolerance and the religious compromise.
Okay,
and how many name them? We read each other every morning when they get, you ask where is this line gone between Bible sermon or Islamic sermon versus social messaging.
Thank you.
So the space will exist, but let me not forget, Sierra Leone is not a religious state.
Thank you, Reginald. Quick one.
Thank you very much, Marion. I listened to the callers and some of their contribution and very interesting. I think, say for me, particularly on the rights issue, the president really need for do robust investigation and ensure say the outcome of the investigation the public is informed accordingly. And as well on the other issues that we'll discuss on the particularly do we get to deal with the chief minister quantifying that this year and a year of tangible progress. We're also expecting a comprehensive report like from a good now the president get for give.
Production for a chief minister can be is
yes, we will try to do that. We'll try for do that name. I mean, even though we don't make series of efforts for reach out, but we hope say 2026. In fact, it will be one of the individual way where they accept invitation and the camper we show them.
Okay.
Now epic radio also. So we only wait for now the president in New Year's Day speech. From the Christmas Day message, the president talk and say he no say things tough. He talk and say it difficult to make parents and provide square meal for them, picking them, for let them pay school fees. It was, and for the very first time, some of we been amazed that yes, President Bio is extremely at some point honest. Side because I cite some of them, even though somebody say this is not speech, now the right time. But if I choose to not read that part of the speech, and also we are all looking forward to it and see what will be the outcome. We are all expecting 2026 to be a very good year, Marion.
Okay.
With these few words, I want to tell you thank you, also thank the one that we listened to it this morning.
Thank you so much. Thanks to everybody who make the show possible. The ministry says under the leadership of His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, they are pleased to announce that 2026 is year of cultural and creativity. They say a powerful national declaration of who they are as people destined by resilience, innovation, and rich cultural diversity and heritage. Then say the year affirm cultural and creativity as central of national unity, peace, and inclusive economic growth, recognizing the role of the people, tradition, music, language, and creative skills in shaping the future of the country. The ministry also said they embark on this journey of renewal and then call on Sierra Leoneans, friends and partners, well-wishers for joining them for unlock opportunity, restoring dignity, and creating sustainable livelihood for present and future generation. And of course, this is coming from the ministry, the government of Sierra Leone through the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs. 2025 will be see the theme where the Ministry of Tourism will go it in a year of ecotourism. And according to the minister or the ministry, they did a lot in terms of propagating the message of ecotourism and all. And 2026 they are talking about year of culture and creativity, Reginald.
Thank you very much, Marion. I think it is one thing to state it, and then it's another thing for do the action. Yeah, you talk about the ecotourism. The first question where a lot of people are going for act, including me, we sit on now. So waiting the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs achieve through the ecotourism. How far, if we get them now, how much percent we go give them? Where they vibrant enough, they'll be able to meet their target, they'll be able to pass the message of which the ecotourism is there about. These are all things that you take into consideration. because if we take we mind back, a lot of things then they will happen during the year under review they talk about. So we see encroachment. Of course, you talk about the shutdown at that time of the Takogama Sanctuary, the Peninsula Park. Side there will be no say this we are tourist place them. I mean, people can go there, they encroach in them places and they and all. And what was the clear message as well of the ecotourism? Was it passed to the layman out there? Yes, the ministry been do the One Nation Reggae Festival where they close the year with as well. And then say all that, then the part of the ecotourism. And I mean, the ecotourism was one of the fervent words of OAE. So for make such a bold statement that next year will be a year of culture, and I think they put two things and creativity as well. Yeah. It is a very big tax as well. Mind you, my countries and the way just then tourism no more out of then tourism. Now they get then they derive the highest GDP and all. So have we done more? Much. It's a question where say Leone and go on for ask how many people we I mean they can't alone because we get beautiful places them, but how attractive would make them places and they to tourist them. So for make the ministry get short, it's a very bold vision. It is not bad for get a bold vision, but also we have to know that vision they come with commitment. The question we are going for ask the Ministry of Tourism. Yes, they are not here. Are they really committed for make 2026 a year of culture and creativity?
You know, the question we were asking all of this in the first place, 2025 was a year of ecotourism. In your own view, you think say the ministry succeed in making the year full of activities with a link to ecotourism?
I think say partially, but it will be difficult to like them a pass mark. Yeah. When we talk about ecotourism, it does not only have to be limited to the capital city, Freetown. I mean, what about the other side? The provinces, them. How far they ensure they take the message? So largely, if I forgive them percentage, I'll be tempted to say I will struggle for give them a pass mark. Yeah. Okay. Yes, with all due respect to them. I mean, they did their bit, but I think there was a lot of room for improvement. There was a lot of activities there,
especially the areas of the Freetown Peninsula Park,
exactly,
and the Takogama Sanctuary,
and also other side and the other places. And the way the Ministry of Environment be give a chunk of the side of encroachment. It's yes, even Bont Island places and the way you go to that Shabu Island, Banana Island, all of those places. I mean. Side and and these are places that we get.
Even in Freetown, even though we get strangers, we'll not be able to keep the beach clean.
Exactly, Marion.
And that was a call for concern.
You look at the Leicester Peak as well. I mean, how many houses they don't encroach before they put that makeshift this kind of building away they for go relax and all. See, I don't truly get a lot of beautiful tourist places, but we've not made them kind of attractive. And also, now make I tell you, say the Ministry of Tourism gets a lot for the way we go into 2026. Thank God now they don't set target for themselves. Again, target they go with commitments. Are they fully committed? Will they be ready for ensure say then they're able to achieve and make sure say not like how they put the ecotourism and it kind of just be a kind of white elephant project. Okay. And all it's all question we go and answer. But I'm wishing them all the very best. A good for challenge yourself. I just hope that they will be willing and committed for ensuring they succeed on that.
It is the second segment of the Epic Morning Show, and we'll deal with another issue before quickly we pick calls inside the show. Well, Salone don't be ranked as the second weakest country. We get the second weakest currency according to some data where Forbes currency calculator puts together, and according to reports, this Forbes currency calculator use real-time foreign exchange data source from the open exchange rates, and then do this as a way for look at several countries them inside Africa how then currency then don't they do over the years. And this, according to them, now an automated data-driven calculation by a major financial publisher when a Forbes, driven from live market exchange rates, as I make mention of, and they don't calculate this over years. One may come on in July as well, where they inform the public about, the African country, them, we do well in terms of the foreign exchange and all of this. At the end of the year, the final report don't come out regarding how Africa country, them, currency, them do, and Sierra Leone get, according to them, the second weakest currency. And after Salon, we only, South Tome Principe, and then get the first weakest currency, and Salon get the second, Guinea get the third weakest currency. Now, Africa, followed by Madagascar and Uganda, Burundi, Tanzania, and other countries, where they part of the list of Africa countries with the weakest currency for 2025 regional.
Yes, Marion, thank you again. When I look at the notice, I just nod my head as a Sierra Leone, and I feel so much disappointed. I remember how better our currency be the before, like some years back, and how we did now. Even to the point that even the Guinea and franc Guinea, they are ahead of we, even though then they are third position or so in the weakest currency in Africa. Also, you look at Liberia some years back, I think in 2024, either third or fourth weakest. Now even in the top 10, the entire top 10, Liberia no did it, and all tells you how much progress they don't make. First, the way you go change the Salon money to the Guinea money, you almost get times 2 of your Salon money and all. Now we currency exchange rates to the Guinea and franc Guinea slightly there above 570 to 560, 1,000 Salon money. They give slightly towards 570 or 560 Guinea and franc Guinea. This was as at end of November to early December where I confirmed that one. So I cannot, able to give the exact figure now, like from that period to now. Maybe it don't go up, maybe it don't reduce. I can't be able to tell. And again, Liberia as well. The exchange rate in Liberia, in fact, in way more awful. Yeah. Then say the way ahead of we, and this we are money the way. We money be the first and Saloma they grab, you go Guinea, you go buy business. Now how many? Now Guinea and
even with the redenomination we
exactly. Now Guinea and the Canada they can buy and can go back now in country just because their own currency they do better.
So does this mean that the redenomination we do few years ago, not to be the way forward?
Exactly, it's clear, Marion. What did we achieve? Now the same I see the redenomination like new money per old money. It does not make any sense. We change a lot of we use a lot of resources for get the new Leone, the new currency and all. But how much did we gain? Because it's the same value. 1,000 old Leones with the 1 Leones, it's the same value. It does not give you, even though at that time a lot of people have me not been convinced because I know that it's the same money, just the name or the zero that I use and all. So that was something that we could have added the 20 Leones. It could have been fine and all. Rather than we spend a lot of money for change all the old money then and bring new money then, and now look at the huge. You don't even get the kind of impact. We are just going down. We are second and enough foul. Because we own exchange rate as at them, it's 20 Leones or so to the $1 or so compared to South Tome, which is 22 Leones. Who knows waiting can happen? Because when you look at the currency now, when you look at the country, things are not getting better. Yeah,
but government they say otherwise.
Yes, government will tell you say inflation is at its peak. The truth is that for the year under review, exchange rate has been stable. Make no mistake about that. Yes, I'll give that to government. The dollar first day they flip flop. Now it don't pass 7 to 8 months where dollar exchange rate remains the same. I think
inflation as well.
Exactly.
Also a single digit.
Well, then I get a question mark, but it is at a single digit. No, I know. I get it is as a single digit from the government, but in terms of the reality in ground, then I get question mark. But again, I'm not say everything government is not to go. But I just mean that it is in terms of being reflective into the life of the ordinary people, we have question mark there. But again, when you look at this church kind of ranking, it tells you that as a nation there is a lot we need for do, and I think it is not a good way to enter the new year. Going into a new year which currency as the second weakest in the entire Africa and the weakest in West Africa, that is, it's not a place, it's not a position where Salone for be proud for the. And I hope that the Ministry of Finance and other ministry, other
pay attention to
yes,
that.
go pay attention to such kind of reports the way they come out, and not see the then reports as like which hunt, but see a survey or see as a wake up call. Side the one need for strength and things the one need for put together and ensure say we begin for do better.
It is even a good thing for the government, so they're not going to spend more time again for go through those surveys for able to know how the country do. This alone can show them say we just need for work on this, not going again for watch how them then do inside the year.
Exactly. Some of the surveyors so we different bodies then can conduct and all. Now for just help nations and for bring them up to speed and see how they can for make things better. So we hope that they will work on this report and they will make it better. They will make the life of the ordinary Sierra Leoneans better, and will continue to do better as we go forward.
Okay, and we'll pick calls inside the show now, the Epic Morning Show, and we don't discuss two issues. Day of national concern. Osai Salone currency don't be. It has been concluded that Salone currency, now the second weakest currency now the Africa continent. We got a first caller on the phone. Good morning.
Good morning, Marion President George.
Yes.
And I'm Namtak from Central.
Yeah, go ahead, Namtak.
First and foremost, I wish the management and staff of EPIC a prosperous 2026. The callers, the listeners, all Sierra Leoneans, and I hope and pray that 2026 will be a year of success for everybody. So this issue, my sister, 1 year with a cry. Everybody, they cry. Triangleness, inflation, money don't fall. They say you have money fall one. If the country not get a strong economy, strong business need take place, the foreign exchange rates, they go there against the news. They must depreciate. Because now when you get a strong economy, you get the business, the boom, you get the foreign exchange, the flow, then you will think say the currency is strong.
Okay.
But check them come here with the episode, my sister. So at the open place, 2026, the softness and cry of the people, it will be elevated by God.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. 079-994-993. Now the number for call and make a contribution inside the show. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Good morning.
Yes.
Marion Precious George. Concerned citizen Atlantic.
Yes, I make a point, sir.
And talking about currency, the weakest link in Africa, with a second to last. It not surprising me, actually, because let me just hang on the lips of the bank governor. See, we're a bigger economy. Of course, for Goluda and this recent region nomination and rebrand the money, get for bribe. I don't see yield any dividend. Before that, not drop, we money lost value. Of course, we money may pass Guinea the money. Now Guinea we go do shopping. For us, during the 70s in Liberia, how the money they lost from 1980s, we begin concentrate in Guinea.
Okay.
It's so sad, for make Salone defend itself in this condition. Standard of living is so terrible. I wonder which are the yardstick or criteria where they use for bringing inflation to 4%.
Thank you.
I guess me concern, Marion. Thank you.
Yes. Good morning. Your name outside the call from?
About this and the Lion.
Yes, go ahead.
But let Allah help we. You see, the government, some of we been challenged, we talk, we bring instances them for them. During the time the way they want to change this money. We talk about Zimbabwe. We tell them, say, Zimbabwe change their money. Even the Zimbabwean them, when you go for go buy, they don't accept the money. If even come to Guinea, we compare to Guinea during Sekou Touré in time. We say Sekou Touré change the money, it make the Guinean money fall. Then they want no change. They say then get sense pass on everybody. Not to say people are not talking. We then have radio stations them. I would make them the better, I would give them instances them. But look who's how win. Look who's how fall. So now they know what they go change. So now they know why make them do them. Because we tell them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, your name also the call from.
Musa de Konadwaza.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
And recently, one look help this my brother we just come out and concerning this money in 21. I'm not against the money, but what me against the money we now we the only I think say me now we the only country where they use money then will not they use coin. Billahi, see when they sell 2.5 because of 10 no they demand 3,000 euros. Then they sell it a 2 for 5,000 euros. Why? Because of the 500 euros that old one not they again. That money they are not na bank bar. Where government not they agree for let them use their money they are. Would the big government let them 500 euros no coin they are come back? Would the big government? Would the big would they suffer to God? Who are get me 5 euros? Like get me 2.5 change. I buy 2.5 or 3 euros or get me 3 euros change. Now me concern this. You see, this money change one. Anyway, it's not bad because I then I go and the day before I then I the papa there. For the 500 euros coin like come on. Would the big government?
Thank you. Hello, your name outside the call from. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Your name outside the call from.
Ishmael, I call from Allentown.
Yes, go ahead, Ishmael.
I want to start by saying compliments of the season and happy, prosperous 2026 coming.
Many happy returns.
Yeah, and in the first place, I been just feel say we need for look into the factors why they rate the country or say money don't go down. There are many factors that should be considered. We need to export that kind of way. Because first time will be in the export cocoa, will the export the other thing then. But as of now, nothing. The Salomon just sit on more relaxed, then we expect all things to happen. Things they may work that kind of way. You should do better things. You see?
Okay, thank you. We're not able to continue with that call day. And well, with the wrap up, Reginald.
Yes, thank you very much, Marion, and thanks to the callers. Every day I can ask myself a question as to how we get to how long. I mean, how do we get where we are at the moment? I mean, we are doing. I'm not saying we are doing bad now, but again, when you look at how far we are now and all, and you know that there is a lot that we need to do as a country. So the good thing is that when you are the basically round item for make you reflect on how the past year will look like and also set you goals for the year with ahead of you. So I hope as a nation, as we take the pause button today, we'll be refreshed, recharged, and look out for more things that will be good. We all know you want for come and talk about just negative things about Sierra Leone, but it's difficult when more negative they happen than the positive. You know they get option.
Okay.
But for just talk things that really happen. Yes. So with these few words, I want to tell you thank you, and I want for also wish we listeners and everybody really call. I hope we all go cross over to 2026, and we will continue for give them all the very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.